It's truly an honor to introduce our final speaker. Unusual for the state of Illinois, at least in my experience, that we have the number 1 targeted Senate race in the United States. There's 3. There's Delaware, which is the Joe Biden seat, the Nevada race, and right here in Illinois, the Barack Obama Roland Burris Senate seat, which I think is the Peter Fitzgerald Senate seat. Senator Obama was only there 160 days before he decided to run for president. I was a man I have a great deal of respect for. Senator John McCain was in town about 6 or 7 months ago. We were doing a fundraiser for our victory program, and I was, as is my habit, shooting my mouth off of what a great year we're going to have in Illinois. And he looked at me and said, "Pat," he goes, you can say what you want, but if you can't win elections without great candidates. Elections are about candidates. And I believe that we have one of the greatest candidates in the United States seeking the United States Senate seat for the great state of Illinois. He is a foreign policy and national security expert. I don't know if you remember a couple months ago, there was a President Obama giving one of his apology speeches on foreign policy. And I was listening to Bruce Toom and I think Dan Proft on WLS afterwards, and they had Congressman Kirk on. I have never heard in all my years of listening to a public speaker and a politician and a leader speak with more knowledge and insight into the affairs of this world, and it is a dangerous world right now. We need somebody like Mark Kirk in the United States Senate, who is not an apologist, who's not going to lick the boot heels of Barack Obama, who's going to restore the greatness of the United States of America. We do not need somebody in the United States Senate who believes it's okay to go around the world and apologize to the United States. Mark Kirk is just that man. The second thing about Mark that makes him a great candidate, he's a fiscal conservative. He believes in lower taxes, less government, and he's a proponent of small business. As he's been around the state in the last couple months talking about his small business bill of rights. Alexei Giannoulis, he didn't think the stimulus was big enough. He wants to raise your taxes, he wants more government, he wants more government intervention in your life. The final thing about Mark Kirk from a political perspective and a state party chairman perspective that makes him such an attractive and great candidate is he's a proven winner. Mark Kirk is the congressman from the 10th Congressional District, which is north of the city of Chicago. It's one of the most difficult congressional districts for Republicans to win of any of the districts in the state of Illinois. I'll give you an example. In 2008, when Mark Kirk had a very serious opponent in Dan Seals, Barack Obama won that district with 64% of the vote. Mark Kirk in the worst year for Republicans since the founding of the Republican Party, won that seat by 8 points. Mark Kirk is a national security expert, a foreign policy expert, a fiscal conservative, a great candidate, and a man willing to run and deserving of our support. Mark, come on out here.
Hey, everybody. Can you feel it? Can you feel we're going to win? You betcha. Let me ask a serious question. Are you worried about this country in a way you never have been before? Yes. So am I. Let me ask you another question. Has anybody been here on the phone with an out-of-state friend or relative who laughed at you because you were from Illinois? Yes. As has happened to us all. And now it's time that we can make a change. I am the candidate that wants to spend less, borrow less, and tax less against the candidate that wants to spend more, borrow more, and tax more. The choice could not be more clear. Now, have you heard about the special election? We are going to have 2 elections for the Senate in Illinois. By the way, it's legal to vote twice for Senate in Illinois. We're going to have 2 elections. We're going to elect a senator to serve in January for 6 years, and we're going to elect a senator to replace Roland Burris in the United States Senate. Now, normally, a senator serving for 60 days in a special election may not sound like much, but have you heard about plans for the lame duck session of Congress? It should be of concern to all of us who are worried about the economy. Anybody see the job numbers today? Still losing, showing that the stimulus has failed. And I think a lot of people are worried about what our state legislature will do, like Governor Quinn's proposed 33% tax increase, and even more worried about what congressional leaders in Washington will do. Here's what their agenda after the election could be. Number one, a big spending bill called an omnibus appropriation that may have hundreds, if not thousands, of earmarks. Number two, a bill to take away your right to a secret ballot in a union election that I think is your birthright as an American to keep. You bet. And number three, and this discussion is just starting in Washington, they're talking about possibly a value-added tax, a national federal sales tax. Who's for that? We have an opportunity with this special election that's greater than any other state. Because with this special election, the state of Illinois will seat our senator in this session of Congress. And we can send the 42nd Republican to stop the overreach of the lame duck session of Congress. So backed by this ticket, your vote now matters more than any other time. Yes, there is a contest to succeed Senator Biden in Delaware, but there is also a contest to succeed the president in Illinois. I would say this: you have the chance to make the greatest difference in your political life with this vote, and you can do it. Don't let Massachusetts have all the fun. Let's go on to victory and save this economy. Thank you, everybody.
Statewide candidates on again, please. Let's have one big round of applause for all our statewide candidates. You know, we started this out at the beginning an hour and a half ago, and one of the things we talked about is we're not going to take it anymore. You know what? We're not going to take anymore the Democrat machine politics. Right, Kirk? Right, Judy? Right, Bill? There's supposed to be something happening right now. Right. Go.